Now, maize flour and matatu fares will no longer be categorized among items with volatile price changes when calculating the rate of inflation in Kenya. This is among changes that Kenya has taken that also includes a reduction of sampled items from the current 330 items to 275 in efforts to harmonize calculation of the rate of inflation in the East African community.
In a major shift on how Kenya tracks inflation, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, KNBS, and the Central Bank of Kenya have reviewed the framework governing classification of core and non-core inflation metrics. This is to align with global standards and East African community guidelines.
We are working under the umbrella of the East African Community Secretariat. The statistics component of the Secretariat is being built over a period of time. In fact, the process is still on. They're expanding it with time.
Currently, the Consumer Price Index tracks 330 items, but under the new framework, 55 items are being dropped, reducing the number of items in the basket to 275.
You know, core inflation, where you've removed those that whose prices change very quickly, it now gives you room to have long-term plan. But if you're just talking of a very short-term plan, then the non-core inflation now becomes important.
Among items that were previously classified as having volatile prices that have now been reclassified are maize flour, matatu fares, omena, and local air travel.
We are still taking, still looking at inflation of all those items. So nothing is being lost. It's just that now, in terms of the refinement, we have a much better definition of core inflation, which is much less volatile and which we think then responds to monetary policy compared to what we had before.
Officials says while the method for calculating core inflation has changed, it will not affect overall inflation or interest rates.
We will wait to see what the inflation for January is. We don't see much pressure right now on the exchange rate. I think our balance of payments is relatively strong. We're seeing strong inflows of foreign exchange, especially through remittances, but also tourism and exports.
Wairi Mujenga for Prime Edition.